In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 4 picks for best audio interfaces under $300. Welcome to the Home Studio Academy. My name is Nolan Freitas, and my goal for today is to help you find the perfect budget interface for your home studio. Starting with the Audient ID14 Mark II. This interface currently retails for $299 at the time of shooting this video, and the link to all of the interfaces will be listed down in the description below in case you want to buy one after watching the review. Looking top down on this interface, you can see that it has 2 channels, and each channel has an independent gain knob and a 48-volt switch, which is used to power on condenser microphones. In the middle of the interface, it has an LED meter, which is going to show you the volume and the incoming signal. It also has one master control knob, which you can control the volume or the gain, and it will also interact with compatible software, so you'll be able to use this on plugins if they are compatible. On the bottom right of the interface, it has 3 buttons. The first one is to dim or mute your monitors. The ID button can be configured to do different functions depending on what you assign it to, and you have the headphone button, which will switch between your monitors and your headphones. On the front, you have one direct input for either electric guitar or bass, and you have dual headphone inputs, and this is very helpful if you're working with someone else in your studio, or if you just misplace your 1/4-inch adapter, you can connect your headphones either way. In the back of the interface, you can connect up to 2 XLR cables or instrument inputs. You can also connect up to 2 pairs of studio monitors or just 1 pair and then use the other 2 inputs for other headphones. And it has an optical in, which is going to increase the amount of channels this interface has if you connect it to another Audient interface. The biggest selling point of this interface is the fact that it has really clean preamps, which are based on the ASP8024 console, and it comes with really nice software so you can do different mixes on your headphones for different artists that you're working with. It also has the audio loopback function. This is going to be very useful for content creators, live streamers, and podcasters because you're going to be able to record the sound coming from your microphone as well as your computer's internal audio. The second interface we're going to be taking a look at is the Universal Audio Volt 276. This interface currently retails for $269 at the time of shooting this video. On the top of this interface, you have 2 main channels as well. Each has 1 independent gain knob. You also have the vintage mode, the 1176 compressor, and you can toggle between 4 different settings, either for vocals, guitar, fast, which is usually used on drums, or you can have the effects turned off. On the top right, you have your LED meters, which are going to show you your input and monitor levels. It also has 1 main volume control for your monitors and a direct monitoring switch. On the front of the interface, you have 2 XLR or instrument inputs, and you can toggle between 48-volt switches if you're using a condenser microphone, or just select your instrument input. You also have 1 volume knob for your headphones and 1 headphone input. On the back, you can connect up to 1 pair of studio monitors, and it also includes the MIDI in and out, so in case you have a MIDI keyboard, you can connect it that way as well. The biggest selling point of this interface is the vintage mode and the 76 compressor. The vintage mode is going to give you access to a 610B preamp, which is going to give a little bit of warmth and coloration to the sound of your recordings. The 76 compressor button is based on the 1176 compressor made by Universal Audio, and it's going to help minimize some of the dynamics in your performance, because naturally when you play an instrument, you talk, and especially when you sing, some parts are going to be louder than others, and so the compressor is going to give you an overall more even performance. In addition, this audio interface is bundled with really nice plugins and up to $400 of Universal Audio plugins, and they even included one of my favorites, which is the Marshall Plexi amplifier. The next interface on this list is the LEWITT Connect 6. This interface retails for $299 at the time of shooting this video. Looking top down on this interface, it has 1 master control knob to control your volume and gain. It also has an LED panel, which is going to show you the inputs 1 and 2, headphones 1 and 2, the monitor LED, and the 48-volt indicator. In the front of the interface, it has a dual headphone input, which is also helpful if you're working with more than 1 person in your studio, and if you misplace your 1/4-inch adapter, you can connect in either input. On the back, you can connect 2 XLR or instrument inputs, 1 pair of studio monitors, 1 right and left connection, one mobile connection, which you actually don't see every day on interfaces, so this allows you to connect your phone. It also has one aux input and a computer input. The biggest selling point of this interface is that it's DSP powered. This means that you'll be able to control the EQ, the compression, and even an expander using this interface. In addition, this interface comes with a software that's very easy to use, and it's gonna help you set all the levels for you. So all you have to do is answer a couple of questions, and then it's gonna set all the levels based on your application. So this way you can just focus on creating and not the technical side of recording. The software also has the loopback function. So once again, if you're a content creator, podcaster, or live streamer, you'll be able to record the sound out of your microphone as well as your computer's audio. However, one thing that I want to warn you about this interface is that it does not have direct inputs for your instruments. This means if you connect your electric guitar or bass straight in, it's not gonna make them sound their best. It's gonna sound like the top end has just been rolled off, and so this is something to consider. I think that this interface primarily will benefit people recording audio sources through microphones. The next audio interface on this list is the SSL2 Plus. This interface also retails for $299, and looking top down on this interface, it also has two main channels. Each channel has a 48 volt switch, a line or high Z input. It also shows you an LED meter so you can look at the gain levels. It has one independent gain knob and the legacy 4K switch, which we'll talk about just in a little bit. On the right side of the interface, you have one main control for your monitors, one monitor mix, so you can change that between a stereo or mono mix, and it has two independent volume knobs for your headphones. On the back of the interface, you have two connections for your XLR or instrument inputs, one pair of studio monitors. You can also connect your DJ rig if you want to. You have two inputs for headphones and MIDI in and out, so if you have a MIDI keyboard, you can connect it that way as well. Now, the biggest selling point of this interface is the 4K legacy switch. For those of you who don't know, SSL makes one of the most well-known consoles of all time, and that 4K legacy switch is gonna add a little bit of EQ boost, which not only gives you a boost on the frequencies, but it also gives you some coloration and harmonic distortion to your recordings. Now, let's discuss my overall thoughts and who would I recommend each interface to. But before we do, if you're getting any value out of this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're the type of person that just wants a well-rounded interface with really clean, nice preamps, you're gonna be recording not only your microphone but instruments plugged straight in, and you want the audio loopback function, then go with the Audient. If you're somebody that cares about tone and you want to have access to a vintage preamp and compressor, thus giving you more control of the audio going into your recordings so you don't have to do a lot of post-production, and you want some really top-notch plugins, then go with the Volt 276. If you're somebody who's going to be primarily recording through a microphone and not plugging your instrument straight in, and you want a piece of software that's going to make the recording process really easy and intuitive, and you care about the audio loopback, then go with the LEWITT Connect 6. And if you're a musician trying to get the sound out of one of the most well-known consoles of all time, and you really want that coloration and harmonic distortion that comes from an SSL console, then of course go with the SSL2 Plus. Regardless of which interface you choose, all four can help you achieve professional quality recordings, and they're going to be more than enough to handle music production, content creation, podcasts, and voiceover work. However, if I could only pick one, I think I'm pretty torn between the Audient and the Volt, just for my use case, but I would love to hear your opinion, so let me know down below in the comments which of these interfaces you think is best and why. Like I mentioned before, the link to all of the interfaces are down in the description below, and if you want to check out my favorite budget microphones, then make sure to click on this video.